Hey guys, this is uh this is PH Wasper with Priesthood Motorcycle Mysteries. I wanted to share something with you guys because it was on my mind, and I just want to share it with you. You can take it however you want to. Uh, in 2013, I'd already spent some time in some hospitals. Yes, I did. And usually that turns a lot of people turns their ears away, when I talk about that I'd spent some time in a hospital because I was having some problems. I was in a bad way, and when you're caught up in things like the torture, the torment, the nightmares, uh, I was in a place where I was so depressed. I didn't see any hope out of anywhere. Uh, and I was trying, man. I was putting I was putting my hope in doctors to try to fix me, and man, they had me on so many pills. I couldn't even think straight. Uh, I was like a zombie. But something happened, man. Something happened that I can't deny. Whatever, I just can't deny it. Uh, I I'd had a warrant out for my arrest, and I had for about going on 10 years. I know it was so close to 10 years that some of the people in the courthouse that day was talking to me, and they said, well, they're going to throw that out. Uh, but I know the judge didn't like me because I stood before the judges, and in fact, a few judges, a lot. And I horribly missed my children. I horribly missed my children, and I wanted to do whatever it took so I could see them. Uh, I knew that there was no communication there. It was hard to communicate with them all together, and I had like nothing to offer. Uh, I had no stability in my life, and I wanted to make a move to do something so I could see my babies, man, so I could see my kids. Uh, I know that I made a lot of bad choices. At the time, I didn't see no other way out. I didn't, and but I was trying, and I know that they felt like that I abandoned them, and in a sense, I reckon I did. I didn't know any better. A lot of people just don't know. You just do what you do, and uh, I had done too much. And anyway, I turned myself in, and I went to jail, and I think I was in there like 7 days. And my cousin came and got me, and he knew that I was messed up bad. I remember going to jail. I went to jail. I remember I talked to the officer all the way to the jail in the back of the cop car. And I remember getting there, and I remember the man greeting me at the door. He knew who I was, the deputy sheriff, and anyway, uh, my cousin then took me to the hospital, and I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know it. Of course, I was like unconscious, unaware of what was going on. Uh, if I wasn't unconscious, I don't remember none of it. But there was something that happened during that time. They had told my family that I was dying, and I guess my blood was too toxic, and I had been in there. I lost a whole month, is what I lost. Uh, but with jail and with the hospital stay, and but after they decided that I was going to live and not die, they said that I would have the mind of a 3-year-old, and there's things that still come to this day that I remember out of nowhere, and it's kind of a trip, to be honest with you, because that's been what, 13 years ago. It's been a long time. But when I was in that room, I remember I it was seemed so clear. I can still remember every single bit of it. I remember looking around, and what I recognized, as I was surrounded by gray ash, and the gray ash, and there was screams. It was so loud. The screams was so loud. The violence was like, I had been around a lot of violence. I had seen a lot of things. The violence was greater than anything that I had ever encountered. The fear was greater than anything that I could have even imagined. I couldn't even imagine the fear that I was feeling in that moment. And all I could see was this gray ash, and I could hear all this violence. It was, if you think of violence, it was like taking place. It was so violent. And all I could see was the gray ash, but I could also see red. And the red that I could see was blood. And I could hear so much chaos. It was so horrible. And I remember screaming. I just screamed just as loud as I could scream. And it's like I couldn't stop screaming. I just kept screaming. And I was searching for something. I don't even know what I was searching for this to go away. And I remember finally I looked up, and the room was filled with, I don't know if they were nurses, doctors, CNAs, I don't know. People that they were hospital staff. And I remember telling them what was going on, and they said, no, that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. You're in the hospital, and everything is okay. You're okay. They kept telling me everything was okay, trying to reassure me that everything was okay. And I wouldn't believe them, because what I'd seen was so real. And they walked me down the hall of the hospital, and I still wasn't convinced. And I remember they actually took me outside of the hospital and to the parking lot. This is how convinced I was of knowing what I had just experienced and where I was just at and what was taking place. And they walked me out in the parking lot of the hospital, and they was saying, look, this is where you're at. Everything is okay. And I've always remembered that. And I don't know what I was looking at. I don't know what I was hearing, other than I found out later that I was supposed to be dying. That was the first time I remember being awake. Had they already decided that I was going to make it? Or was that the moment that they decided that I was going to make it? I couldn't sign my name until after this event. I would just put like an X. And they said, I had witnesses that said that I actually signed my name after that. That I could write it back out. The first time I could write my name prior to that was when I checked into the jail. Because when I left the jail, a guy that picked me up, he was my cousin, he picked me up, and he said, I just put an X on there. And but I've often thought about that, and I just it hit me that it was like the Lord said, you can't have this one, he's mine. And for whatever reason, I wanted to share that today, whether anybody believes it or whether they don't believe it. It was definitely a wild wild experience. Would that I could say that my life changed dramatically after that, which I know that was a process of it before I went into a medical facility for a couple years. I just got angrier, but my mindset did begin to change. My mindset did begin to change. And it wasn't but about a year and a half later, after I got out of the medical facilities, that I heard the Lord speak to me and tell me to come home. And He's been restoring my life. He gave me life. And He let me know that He was alive. I heard Him speak to me, tell me to come home. I remember asking Him, what do I do? Quite a bit of time later, it was probably a month later, I said, what do I do? And He said, follow me. And I remember saying, how am I going to do that? And I still fought with pride. I still fought with much anger, probably thinking things that I shouldn't think. And I would still go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays, and I was still going to jail. I was still drinking. I was still doing drugs. And I was just hurt, man, bad. I was full of this pain that I couldn't explain, these tortures that I couldn't explain. I would see things that, well, you hear stories about, but you don't imagine actually seeing them. But I seen things, and they was evil. They was bad, wicked bad. And it was very demonic. And yes, the Lord did. After approximately a year later, just continuing to know that God was alive and that He could hear me, He spoke to me one morning and told me to go out to the barn, and that's when He took my pain away. Just as fast as He spoke it, He said, today I'm taking your pain away. And just as fast as He spoke it, He took my pain away right then, right there. God is a living God. He loves us, and He wants more for us. I'm learning more and more on this journey, and I don't know how one could walk away from such a love that our Creator has for us, for such understanding, for such a desire to heal us and to have a relationship with us. I just wanted to share. God bless you guys big. I love you. Truly I do. And that's pretty wild, and that's another change that took place in my life, because it was a time that I didn't want to meet any more friends. I didn't need any more. I didn't like people. I didn't like people. Just didn't. Now, I love people, and I want to tell them Jesus is King. Jesus is Lord. The Holy Spirit dwells within us, and Daddy changes everything. God bless you.